something.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm
You got to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky?
How are you all doing tonight? Thank you for being here early, ready for Toxic Tuesday. Love to see all Cosmic Vader, Void King, Benoit, Juggalo, Deathcock, Dave C, Darth Viewer, Jonathan Calroy, Keely Chow, my buddy Dustin, who will not be here tonight because he's got life stuff. He sends me a $5, which he didn't have to, but thank you, Dustin. He says $5. Have a great show. I'm going to bed. Thank you, Dustin. Appreciate you, man. Jeremy Winfield's been a member for 3 months. It's already been 3 months. What's up, buddy? I just saw you on Mead. It was awesome. It was a great show tonight, Midnight Edge After Dark. If you guys didn't catch it, catch the replay after Toxic Tuesday. It was really good. Hey, Mr. Angel. I got summoned. You got summoned, dude. You got summoned. So, yeah, tonight is going to be a really, really, really deep cut of Toxic Tuesday with Black Dynamite. I love this movie. It is such an out there movie. I was a late bloomer to this one, admittedly. I wasn't until like 5 or 6 years ago I actually had seen this one. So it should tell you something when I was like, whoa. So, but I love this movie nonetheless. I'm sure there's definitely going to be some discussion on this one, especially towards the last 20 minutes of the movie, especially. By the way, since this is a really short movie, we're probably going to transition over to Rumble exclusively, probably with an hour and 5 minutes of the show. Seriously, because it's a short movie, and we're just going to get going. That's all. And that's good because we can play clips sooner and can laugh at the hysteria of Black Dynamite with you all on Rumble and not get hit by YouTube because it doesn't recognize its own AI BS-ery. So, I see D-Bud there. There's no way D-Bud can be here. To go eat dinner, they done talking about Pink Floyd. Yeah, right. Dude, that was hysterical, man. That was hysterical. I couldn't believe this. It was just awesome to have those guys going on. And of course, over on the Rumble side, His Excellency Donald Trump is over there. He says, an honor to be here as always, Nick. By the way, I have to ask, are you liking Elon's with Doge? That guy's amazing. We're putting an end to waste, fraud, and abuse. We're stopping our money going towards bullshit. So, has impressive, seriously impressive lip bush. Thank you, President 47. Yeah, good to see you on Rumble. And guys, I'm gonna post that link for Rumble so that way, for those of you who want a dual stream, dual transition, you can be right there. So that way, when we go exclusive, at the next hour, we just go right there. Seamless transition. Is that right, Mark D with a C?
That'll be right. Yeah, right now I'm working on cleaning this up because I got stuck late at work tonight. So
yeah.
Yeah, but I gotta clear up some of this. We got some things that we don't want showing on the YouTube side. So
Yeah.
I'm getting there. Oh,
Well, how you
there
doing,
we go.
man?
Now
Oh, you
there
should
we
not
go.
change that. That was
That was my
appropriate for
camera.
Black Dynamite.
My
If
camera
anything,
was
you're
on.
honoring Black
Camera was
History
on with
Month.
Yeah, well, yeah. I want to make sure that there's a diabolical plot in this movie. Thank God they got foiled. But Gerry's not here, but he always makes fun of. He's in the backstage. He's in the back door, but he always makes fun of my my big D. Yeah. So, but what a diabolical plot in this
Is he
movie.
making fun of it, or is he actually just jealous of it? Oh,
we'll ask him when he comes in.
Yeah, he might be a bit jealous. I mean, you are the man with the true D. So just saying, you don't want to mess with the Mark guys. You don't understand. For Mark, it really is diabolically huge. You just gotta take my word for it. Just take my word for it. I know I just really escalated the homoeroticism saying that, but really, you just gotta take my word for it. And I know one man who, well, you don't need to take his word for it. You've already heard about it enough, and I'm sure he's feeling a little loose back there. Is that right, Gerry?
Oh man, my name's Tyrone.
Bearded lesbian who let herself go.
This is digital blackface. Yo, man.
Digital.
Shit, motherfucker. Yeah. I hear Mark C with the big D say that word, wigger, one more time.
yeah. I definitely want to get canceled.
Smack the white right off you, motherfucker.
I can't wait to get canceled. Yeah.
I invited Keith. I'm hoping he's going to be here soon.
Oh, hey, he's welcome to slide in here. It would be nice.
Laughing. I had him laughing this morning, dude. I was like, I said, man, like a bunch of whiteys watching this movie and talking about it's just really weird. We need you on the show so we can have, that our one black guy.
So you want your partner in here as a token, is what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what he laughs about. He finds that shit funny.
Hey.
So basically, is he the one who kind of broke you into the back door? I mean, with Keith, you probably felt like anything could go in there if they have to follow Keith.
Now Keith is my first Nick. I told him, I said, it's going to be so funny to have you on if you show up, because then there's the two people I break the most is Nick and Keith. Nice. And to have fun to break both you in a show, it's great.
Ooh, that sounds really gay.
You like breaking men?
I like bending them.
You bend them till they break.
It's not my intention to snap them.
That's what they all say. What's up, Tornadoes? How you doing, Saltzilla? Good to see you guys here. By the way, just for those who's interested, because there's already 20 of you in here. Thank you, by the way. I am doing and this is once again totally optional, fundraiser, the help get Nick to Vegas for the Vegas meetup. And I am at 1/4 of the goal. So
can you come on our show so you can promote it?
Sure.
Like Friday? Or even tomorrow. Friday. Shit, I forgot about tomorrow. It'll wait.
Depends on what time, but we'll talk. We'll talk.
Thursday we're doing Franzine and Nadia and I are doing Warlock. Maybe you can pop in on that and talk about it.
Okay. No, hey, that would be fun and diabolical. But
we do that at like 8:00 at night Central Time.
Let's talk about it, all right? You and me, mano y mano, man to man, behind the back door, okay? And
my fellow Americans, I am not a crook.
But yeah, chat, basically, I'm 1/4 of the way there. We're hitting great goals, and the goal is I need to hit I need to hit 400 at least this month in order for me to validate going. So if you want to do it, great, awesome. If not, no sweat.
Make sure you get a little over that because you got to pay for those little electric beds and their vibration thing. I know you like that.
Oh yeah, I did factor in vibrations included when I looked into the finances of this all. So just letting you know, and I know
And that's
Are you
Justin
gonna
got
say
it
it?
started.
Are you going to stay at the Trump thing, Trump Tower?
That's the goal. That's the goal. I've
Make
already
sure
looked
not
into
to
the
drive one of those Elon trucks.
price.
Yeah,
So,
they're getting antsy over there about those Elon trucks.
dude, seriously, I mean, they definitely let a few engines loose, and then boo! I was like, woo, woo, yeah,
You gamble?
dude. No, I just enjoy drinking.
That's what I just like getting drunk.
If you gamble a
Um,
lot, you get free drinks.
My favorite thing, because I've been to Vegas a few times, I
Mhm.
miss the Star Trek thing because I really
Yeah.
like that. But I enjoy going out to the Bellagio and all that. Being inside bugs me because the way they're designed, they're psychologically, I don't think they're healthy. So I like to hang outside, and I love the fountain thing. I love just looking at the architecture. And I can't remember which hotel it was at. They had the roller coaster on top.
Ooh,
That was New York, wasn't it?
Is that it?
With
I
the
can't remember.
It's been a
It's
long
been
time.
20 years since I went there. And oh my God, that was fun. I actually
New
love
York,
Vegas.
New
I
York.
don't gamble at all either. I'm against it.
Oh, I like it. Like I'll watch my buddies do it. I'm just gonna enjoy the drinks. I do want to catch some of
I only
the
like
metal.
winning.
I do. Yeah, right. Mark, I
I
only
don't like
like winning.
gambling.
I
I don't
want
like
to catch
gambling.
the
I like winning.
they have a Metal Blade museum, which is based off the music label Metal Blade Records. So I do want
Right.
to check the Metal Blade Museum, and I do want to go to Torpedo Comics, which is run by John Dolmayan from System of a Down. I do want to go visit his comic shop. So I do want to do those two things or during my very, very short stay. And of course, get some in and out. But and of course, no, go to the meetup. So that's why doing the Vegas thing would be very fun and ideal. And I really, if I don't hit the goal, I cannot go because I got too many things factoring in this year that go against it, that this is really my only way of making it happen. So if it happens, I'll be happy to go, but at least if you guys know and I don't hit my goal, you know what you're getting to advance in case I don't hit it. I do apologize in advance if I don't hit it, but we'll see what happens. I still believe that there's hope.
Well, I want to
because
push
it's
it
a very
on the
young
show.
month.
So if you can pop on, man, just for a few
Yeah.
minutes to talk about it, got to get you to Vegas.
Yeah, let's
Got to
me
get
to
you
Vegas.
hitched. Or get you. No, we'll talk. Like we'll make up a story about that ranch, that hooker ranch. You got to go to that hooker ranch.
Well,
What's
I like the dude ranch. I'm all about the dude ranch, really. Man,
There is-
a ranch has to have dudes.
That just sounds really gay. Just letting you know right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like gay cowboy movies where they eat pudding. That's good stuff right there.
Oh, well, so then that means you probably have Brokeback Mountain on, before you go to bed, right? With Animal.
Oh my God, no, that's not hardcore for me. That's like G-rated stuff. I like if there's not spitting going on and the occasional corn kernel on the end of a dick, I'm just not interested.
Oh, that's so fucking nasty.
I think I just puked my dinner up after hearing
I'm going to
that.
tell you something. My dad was a cop. And back in the 60s. Okay. And he went and knocked on the window of this guy, and his nickname was Corny. And the nickname came out because my dad knocked on the window, and it scared the shit out of him. He pulled out, and he had a piece of corn on the end of his dick.
Oh, that's so
And my dad was like, "What
How do you
the fuck?"
corn?
So my dad, being the person that would never spread a rumor, told everybody.
Of course, I would too.
The guy's nickname became Corny after that.
Oh man, that's a poopsicle with corn.
Oh,
So he liked to play cornhole a lot then?
Apparently, because like I said, you're not going to get corn from a woman's vagina unless she doesn't know how to eat.
I stopped with drinking, gambling, curse. I don't believe you can stop. I want to bet a 6-pack on that. You son of a holy damn! We haven't even got into black.
Yeah, the only
Dynamite
gambling I'm going to
yet.
do in Vegas is, taking my chance of getting an STD.
Oh,
I'm getting there. You got a couple
No,
more.
no, 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 no.
We're
You're
having just
good.
7 points. It's a short movie
Oh,
anyway,
look.
so we're good. Yeah.
Oh, we have a guest here for his first time. Welcome to Toxic Tuesday, Keith.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Yo, man, it's so good to have someone other than me is black.
That's my birth certificate.
Ah!
Hey,
Wow. I can't believe it took this long to get you on here. It feels like it finally like a reality. It's like, wow, finally, nature is finally aligning with things now that we got you here, Keith. It's
you know, that's what a lot of the liberals said when I moved into the neighborhood. But, you know, it took me a while to find the right neighborhood that would allow me to walk around without being harassed too much while I look in their backyard, see what shit they got.
Yeah, my favorite story with Keith and Mel is the day that some white guy broke into their house.
Dude, no, tonight is a very big cherry bust tonight on the show with Keith Payne. This is a big cherry that gets busted. So
yeah, they've wanted you on here for a while, Keith. So this is wonderful.
You know what? I'm just sorry it took so long for me to get into a position to where I actually have a grandchild in the same city as me, so that, you know.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of grandpa sitting, taking care of his granddaughter and his grandson.
That's cool, at least. I respect the hell out of that, man. I really do. That's awesome.
There's nothing like family. And on a serious note, I've, you know, these last few years have not been the best. I've lost a few people, lost a lot of friends.
Well, we
you know,
lost
in the
two
end,
friends.
all you really have are your friends and family.
Friends to COVID.
So, I look. It is an honor to be here. Okay, I really. It still is a lot for me to think that there are people out there that know who I am, and really are in some way affected when I show up. You know, I really do appreciate any and all activity I'm able to join in, especially with Gerry, who is
so
just
melancholic. Listen to this shit. Jesus Christ.
I know,
Look,
right?
man, we've already guaranteed we're having sex. You don't have to keep sexing me up.
Hey, the check hasn't cleared yet, okay?
Hasn't cleared yet.
Oh, I love this.
Keith loves this.
It feels like a
too.
really unusually emotional. It's probably the most emotional moment Toxic Tuesdays ever.
Yeah, and then Gerry stomps all over it, right?
Yeah.
Just like in real life.
Remember that time I pulled out in my rubber pop? Remember that?
You know what? I don't know what you in prison were like, man, but all I do know is
let me just say my nickname in prison was Lincoln Tunnel.
So Echo was definitely not in the mix, huh?
Yeah, that's a joke.
Dynamite.
Like, God damn, your asshole is big. God damn, your asshole is big. You didn't have to say it twice. I didn't.
Oh my God.
Yeah, if you're happy, you know it. Clap your cheeks, huh? Anyway.
Oh my God.
Oh, the chat's getting a kick out of Keith being here. Let's look at that.
You're seriously, you're gonna make a lot of people question their own lives tonight with
Yeah, as it usually happens with people that look like me that move into most neighborhoods, yes.
Oh damn.
Yeah, I've been to Keith's neighborhood. He lives in a nice neighborhood.
I do. It's nice for people like me. I get to watch everybody.
It's nice for people like me.
Just don't let Gerry into your neighborhood.
Oh.
Then the value really go
I've
down.
been to his house, Mark.
So
They let you
does
there?
that make Gerry the token in Keith's neighborhood?
Well, we don't quite use that nickname anymore. He's been to my house more than once, so he's been elevated to Cracker. So,
Oh.
And you know, the first time that somebody called me a cracker, I didn't know what the fuck it meant. I was a drummer in an all black band except for me, the drummer, and this guy walked up and he goes, "Yo, man, you're pretty good for a cracker," and I was like, "What the fuck does that mean?" I'm just like a deer in headlights, and I looked over at my lead singer and the other drummer I played with, Anthony Jones, and they look at me and Larry goes, "Take the compliment. Just say thank you.
Just take the compliment."
So, darn it, my brain just paused with what I was gonna say about so you were the Dewey Cox of your band.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And I don't like that movie, and I don't know why. Because I like everybody that's in the movie, and I love the idea of the movie, but I didn't like him in that role.
Oh, I love him in that role.
I smell horse shit. It's horrible, but I can smell it.
Smell that shit, baby.
You can't tell me that's not funny.
I love him, but I don't know why I didn't like that movie. I just
I love the Dewey Cox.
That's why I had to miss last week. I thought about coming on. I'm like, I don't like this movie, and I was like, I don't want to be that odd man out and start.
Red Shirt's been the odd man out.
Yeah, Red Shirt's not
great.
Red Shirt, man, I miss it when he's not here.
And
what did he like that we
Moonraker.
all love? A Moonraker?
Bruce and I clashed when it came to Moonraker. Do you remember? Were you not there for that one,
Yeah.
Gary? Yeah.
No,
Bruce
I wasn't,
and
but I popped in on the chat.
We didn't agree at all. And
But wait. There was disagreement about Moonraker? Here, hold on. Let me act surprised while I clutch my pearls.
I was in the camp of loving it, and Bruce is in the camp of absolutely not loving it. But
that's pretty much it. I mean, I've
that's
never
not
really
crazy with that movie. It's a polarizing Bond flick because of how crazy it was.
Yeah,
because I enjoyed it as a kid, but when I grew up, I just didn't like it that much.
See, I love it.
It's not like I dislike it. It's just like,
I love it more now. I have grown with the craziness. I really have. Like, I loved it then.
Especially Dolly's braces.
Oh man, Dolly!
I swear to God, she had braces. I remember that myself, and I'm like, she doesn't.
I was there. Yeah, she had braces when I was there.
Is that more of the Mandela effect? I don't know.
Yeah, that's it.
Dude, the Mandela
Blitz
effect.
in the Matrix. That's what I say.
Up, dude. You can't tell me she didn't have braces. You can't sell me on that concept. It defeats the whole entire point of the freaking movie.
Yeah.
Or sorry, not the movie. That scene. You know what I mean? That scene.
Yeah.
For them, for in Jaws to meet. That's because he had the metal teeth. He smiled. She smiled back. Oh, hey, look
exactly
at we have in common. Come on.
Well, with a scene like that, it makes me wonder what Amazon's going to want to do once they get through just changing everything about Bond. How they're going to treat Jaws. I mean,
no, I don't want to know. I really don't.
What movie are they censoring now? They're just coming out with the 4K. What was it? Was on Twitter. They were talking about. Crocodile Dundee.
Oh yeah,
you heard about that, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wait, what about it?
Crocodile Dundee for 4K.
Oh, yeah. Tom, I follow Tom all the time, so I just watch what he's talking about. And he didn't post it. Somebody else posted that was coming out in 4K, and put a big image of it. I'm like, oh, that's fucking cool.
All right, I got the overlay ready, Mr. Marcus.
Yeah, I need like 5 minutes. Yep.
Okay. Oh boy.
Up. Yep.
I got 5 minutes before I finish.
Stop
talking to me so I can finish.
You
distract me from what I'm doing, right, Mark? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Come on.
Which one was better, The Spy Who Loved Me or Moonraker? Well, okay, so Spy Who Loved Me.
Spy Who Loved Me. Come on.
Most of your essay Spy. I'd have to rewatch them to decide.
Okay, I'm with Red Shirt. Shut the fuck up, Nick.
All right, now I'm gonna say Moonraker just out of spite for that one. I'm gonna now double down on Moonraker. I was kind of like, I don't know, we'll see, man, to rewatch and decide. You know.
Let me at least ask everyone here, I'm assuming everybody's a Bond fan, but how many of us are actually Bond fans that have actually read the books?
Not many.
I have.
I only read.
Only
I've read
like
a
a
couple books,
handful.
but not.
I read the original books and I read the 80s books by what's his name?
And so here's the question. Outside of Sean Connery, who's your favorite Bond actor, and has it changed since you were a child?
Well, you know who my favorite is.
Oh, yes.
You and I kind of fall in that park because we love that Bond.
Oh, you're talking about Dalton, how he had the most faithful of the. No, I actually like both his movies, even though what's the second one, License to Kill, gets some flack. I actually like that one. I really like
it dark, and I like that he made it serious and dark, and that they show Felix Leiter, get his legs bit, or one leg gets bit off.
Mm-hmm. I prefer Pierce Brosnan, but I do understand that Timothy Dalton is the most faithful one. That's not even up for dispute. I wouldn't even dare dispute that, even just off of the few.
That if the one that gets me is people that go George Lazenby.
D-Bot just said George Lazenby now. He just said it. Yeah.
I know. That's why I'm saying it. Don't tell him. So,
Dalton really
it's like basically turn in your nerd card if you say George Lazenby.
I think he's serious.
I like all of the Bond actors, but for my money, outside of Connery, it's Dalton, and it's Dalton for the specific reason is that he went out of his way to do something that the producers basically told him not to do, which is he went out and actually read the books. And for someone that they had been pursuing for years prior to him accepting the role, it made a lot of sense for him to use that as the opportunity to do that.
He turned the role down twice.
Yes.
Yeah. Also, he can make Bond run again. Remember that. That was like a thing that Bond wasn't doing for a few years. He wasn't running. So, and he's doing more of his own stunts again. And
I was in the movie theater with my dad, Keith, and I turned to my dad and I'm like, Dad, James Bond can run again.
That's funny. You know what I'd like to do is like do a short parody of like an actor playing a James Bond-like character. And for his 20th time as the role, and like have him like with a CG removed wheelchair. he's not walking. He's like he's scooting on a wheelchair through the movie. And I think
what I don't get is that it has still taken quite a while for anyone to go ahead and try to adapt any of these other characters that are kind of Bond-like in and of themselves. I'm still flabbergasted that nobody has bothered to adapt Matt Helm. I am still amazed.
A proper
adaptation Matt Helm, because
they turned it into a comedy. We need a real Matt Helm.
When you read the books that the Matt Helm character is based on, those are actually some pretty serious books. And it's pretty much on the level of John Wick, to what the character is actually like. And when you add in all of the stuff from the original novels, that's a bad A character. The fact that nobody has tried to do a Matt Helm film is amazing to me. And then my wife and I just watched In Like Flint. The Flint films are also kind of fun. They're meant to be a little more comedic, but they're still fun. And
he got to show his prowess with martial arts, because a lot of people don't know that he studied under Bruce Lee.
Yep. So, I mean, those films alone deserve at least something. And while there was a Matt Helm television series for like a moment, that was more based on, how someone was trying to update the whole thing while still focusing on trying to make it more of a kind of a week-to-week procedural rather than what he was, which was just an assassin of assassins. That, again, I tell people all the time, if you're still looking for the next Bond, it's Matt Helm. And I can't believe nobody's bothered to try to do that. because you could put in the same amount of work you do like you have with the John Wick films, which means that you don't have to spend outrageous amounts of money.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as I think you keep him in the United States, it's fantastic because that's part of the rule of the books.
Mm-hmm.
He goes outside the United States, he's a dead man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I tell all the people all the time, if you don't know who Matt Helm is, wait until after this show tonight, get the first book in the series and just go read. And then ask yourself why nobody is deciding to do
you
this.
brought up Matt Helm. Get a Matt Helm book, the first book. Go get the Flint books, because they're not what we saw in the 60s when we were young. Well, when you and I were younger.
Did you put that hat on, Gary, to look less like a lesbo? Because you look a little.
No, my hair was bugging me.
You look a little less dykey. You look a little less dykey. So I was just like, wow.
I like the fact it's got combat medic there. I do like that.
It's still
Yeah, my hair drives me crazy now. It's getting longer again, so I gotta.
It's
keep
still
it back out of
dykey
my
after
face.
all these years. Still dykey. No, all right.
All right, I'm
you-
almost done. Here we go.
All right. Before Mark transitions us to our Black Dynamite proper movie, did you guys catch the Henry Cavill audition clip that's been getting out there recently? What did you guys think of it?
I liked it. It wasn't great.
Mhm.
It's an audition.
What did he audition for those of us that missed
Bond.
it? Oh.
Yeah.
Is it new
I'll
or
send
old?
it to you, Mark. It's it looks like it was old.
Old, okay.
He was one of the
Josh
actors that was
Brolin's
up
dad
for it.
audition was really cool.
Yeah, he was the one that lost out to
Roger Craig?
No, Daniel Craig. He lost out to Daniel Craig.
Yeah, Roger Craig's a football player. Too much Super Bowl.
I've been very outspoken on not liking most of Craig's movies, but I can now watch. No disrespect to Henry Cavill, I'm probably gonna get some flack for this, but I could see why Henry Cavill didn't get the part.
Oh, again,
Henry Cavill did earn it with Casino Royale. For all the complaints I have about him, you watch him in Casino Royale, and it makes sense, at least with that movie.
Here's the thing about Henry Cavill. It would not have worked out. Because just like what happened with The Witcher, Henry would have gotten upset that the producers were wanting to stray from what the books were wanting to do.
Mm-hmm.
So in the end, it worked out the way that it should. Because Henry really is one of us. He's not just someone that's saying stuff. He is one of us. And I think that as long as someone like him's out there, whenever he does a project, if it's based on source material, you'll know that he's one of the people fighting to keep the source material prominent in whatever he's doing.
That's a fact. That's a fact, my guy. I agree. Yeah, and that's the part I do like. I just like, when I see Craig in Casino, I could see, like, for me, that's easily the best one he did. And I'm like, okay. But watching the audition and watching Craig in Casino Royale, Craig, he really hit the ground running with that movie. He really hit the ground running. And I feel like even the people who are the most critical of him can say, even if they don't want to feel like they don't like the movie, they can't like say, okay, that was his best performance. And I'm not saying Lee's Force, it was his genuine best. Unlike No Time to Die.
His version of Bond, you can easily say, is an alternate universe version of the character once you look at all his movies. Especially the final film. If you know anything about Bond films, outside of just killing Bond, I knew that it was an alternate universe because they killed Felix. Mm-hmm. Felix actually does survive. In fact, he does not die in the books. Mm-hmm. He goes through and works for several other agencies because he's now handicapped. He lost a leg. But to kill him in the movies meant that you were watching an alternate universe of all of that.
Yeah, because Bond worked later with his daughter, Felix Leiter's daughter.
That's right.
So let's get into this movie here because this
now
is a great,
Nelson the Gentleman.
this is a
Are
great
you
callback.
diabolical, dick shrinking honkies talk about black? We are now. We had some stuff going on, so we're finally
This
getting to the thick of it.
is
Take it away,
a
Gary.
throwback to Billy D. Williams and Colt 45.
Ah,
That's what this is.
I remember.
And I showed those commercials to Anima today.
Oh,
so
did
she
you?
could
Okay, I've actually
understand.
never seen those commercials. I did not know that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that insight because I remember watching this. I'm thinking, okay, this is a very odd way to start this movie. I'm like, usually when you have stuff like this, all right, you obviously there's a reason for it. It's supposed to play off into something later. It wasn't until later, much later on, it all started clicking because it just seems at first view, it seems like a very random beginning. Because sometimes you have movies like that where it has no setup that pays off later. Sometimes they want to be random. And I initially thought this movie was trying to be random, but really you realize like, oh no, this was in the beginning for a damn reason. And it's because of how much the Anaconda drink is a part of this movie and what it does.
That's part of the plot.
I think it just got a 10 in toxicity, right? When you
right off the bat. Right off the
drop.
bat, it's a 10 out of 10 in toxicity. Right off the bat.
Which is something also going back to Billy D. Williams. Like he would talk about like how to read women in the commercial, and he'd walk up with a double-breasted suit, and tie. And there's this woman with a beautiful fucking gown on. You want some Colt 45? It's like, what the fuck is going on? Like, no woman wants Colt 45. What are you talking about?
Well, again, that's the reason why this particular sequence here is so funny, because having Michael Jai White asking a woman if she wants some Anaconda, come on, man. We all know what that means.
Also, he pretty much threatens a woman into sex later. He says, if you want to be safe and stay here, you're going to get into bed. If you're not interested in that, then hit the street.
We're busted. We're busted, guys. Oh, no. We've been canceled officially. Did y'all bring on this Black Dynamite? I blame. All right.
Assassin is John Cleese on Monty Python Meaning of Life. I'm sorry. I had no idea that we hired the racist.
Hey, listen. It was just some things astronomy works. And today was the day that astronomy leaned towards our side, and we got Keith here for
it had nothing to do with me making a joke about, man, I don't want to be like a group of fucking white guys talking about this movie.
That would have actually been funny if it was the three of us just talking about a bunch of pasties, talking about this entire time. Like, these guys have no business talking about this.
I was at the local meeting, and they figured they'd assign at least somebody to this particular grouping just to keep things, kind of on the up and up. So I was informed that I had to come here as part of as a favor.
He's
so,
watching. He's watching
favor. Right, favor.
By the way, Keith, I walked into the bathroom the other night, and there all four of the black cats were in there. All the four of the black cats were in there, and I opened the door, and I just looked, and I went, "Am I allowed in here right now? Are you having a meeting?" Cats are all just looking at me like, fuck, man, stop judging me.
Oh, damn.
So they killed Black Dynamite's brother here.
Yes. What a freaking, diabolical way to freaking start shit, man. I was like, bro, what? No, I remember being like confused because like when I heard about like Black Dynamite come, I'm like, oh, that sounds like almost like a Hanna-Barbera type of character. If you think about it,
he is a cartoon character, absolutely.
Well, I know
that's why they did a cartoon and it worked.
Well, I didn't know about the cartoon actually until I'd say about a year or two ago. But when I first heard of it,
did you sleep through the 20 teens? What the fuck?
Probably. But I remember knowing. I didn't see the movie until like 6 years ago, dude. So
we did have a black president in that time.
That I remember.
Had one called Barack Obama too, but
that I didn't sleep through. what was this, 09? So what, fresh into his presidency, I think? Yeah.
I love that they made Nixon the bad guy in this. That's fucking
It's
great.
hysterical.
You know what? Here's what I didn't expect. What I didn't expect, well, on top of him being the villain, I didn't expect him to be like pulling up a fight. I honestly thought like Black Dynamite was kind of like maybe just like blast him in the head and be done with it. But it ended up being an epic fight. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense.
Here he goes. He's
but it's
fucking
great.
3 women at once.
I just,
like,
dude.
what the fuck is going on here?
Dynamite.
Dynamite. Dynamite. This, I
I
think this film does a better job of, because don't get me wrong, I love I'm Gonna Get You Sucker. But I'm Gonna Get You Sucker is a straight up parody.
Yep.
This is kind of a parody, but at the same time, it's done well. And it actually emulates a fucking blaxploitation film in the way they made it.
Black
Which is a
Dynamite.
nod to the filmmaking.
That was the best loving I ever had.
I know, right?
Shush, mama. You're gonna wake up the rest of the bitches.
When do we get to the parody part?
Oh man.
Matt's getting some action tonight.
I see Massgrave said a big hello to me. Geary is back. Yes, it's true.
Well, he
I only
is-
missed a couple of shows this month. Well, this last month. One because of work, and the other one because you did a movie that I'm not too fond of, and I'm like, I just won't have nothing to add to that.
Hey, it's not my fault that you're wrong about Walk Hard, Dewey Cox. It's just
Yeah, I think you're wrong on that one.
Yeah,
A lot of
You
people
have
do.
to like it. You have to
Especially
like it. You're
not.
not allowed not to like
She had
it.
an open invite to Dewey Cox slipping up behind in her back door, saying, "Let's duet." Come on,
Dewey
that's
sounds
you.
too close to
That's
Doughy.
you. You,
So
you,
you say
you know
Dewey
all about the
Cox.
shitty end in the back door.
Yeah, I like Dewey Cox, man.
And at that moment, Keith realized he was probably in the wrong show.
Swipe left, man. Swipe left.
Oh no, these opening credits are glorious with the color palette and the whole 70s blaxploitation feels. And it's funny, like it's seeing the cause, like I'm like, wow, this movie really, like, even though it was like 09 or 08 when this came out, if like there's not one part of this movie that looks like it looks modernized. Anyway, it looks like it was completely made in that time. You could
Sure.
you could've
And
fooled me.
again, it's hard to mess it up if you actually live through it. You know, if you were around at that time to watch a lot of the films that came out, a lot of the television shows that came out. Look, I still think the opening credits of Ironside is some of the coolest stuff I ever watched on TV.
One of the best themes too. I love that.
Oh
theme.
gosh, Quincy Jones, baby.
Yeah, man.
The late great Quincy Jones. He knew how to do it.
What? Oh my God, so many great.
Yeah,
themes.
back then you had theme songs that like now they're not longer than 20 seconds, you know. So you had like, you know, because the
Yeah,
TV
some of those theme
so
songs
short.
got released as singles, dude.
Yeah, so good. Yeah.
Now I'm gonna ask you one more time. Where's Nipsey? And I like how he does his kick, and all of a sudden, Dynamite.
Kicks the door in and knocks her to the
Dynamite.
floor.
He goes to the wall, and then they exaggerated the crap out of it. Oh man, I was like, oh, it's this kind of movie. Okay. No, is there supposed
And
to be
I got to tell you, man, he's a good
What?
martial artist too in real life.
Oh,
Oh,
Michael
yeah.
J. White? Really?
He's a serious martial artist.
Wait. What? Okay, that's
That's why the
cool.
fights were so good. Yeah.
Oh, see, I thought he just looked good for the movie. I thought it was one of those things where they made him.
No, that's
look
why they had
good.
him as Spawn too. I mean,
Oh, I knew he was
Joe
Spawn,
Rogan
obviously.
had one of the I can't remember the guy's name. He's one of the champion MMA fighters, and they said, you know, name some Hollywood guys that really know how to fight. And Michael J. White was like the second name he gave. He says, "No, man, that guy's fucking good. He knows what he's doing, and he's actually good at fighting."
Yep.
And it's funny because, you know, his first movie was playing Mike Tyson.
Oh, was that his that?
That movie,
I
yes,
did
back
not know
in
that was where he broke
the
in.
90s with George C. Scott.
Okay. I know they had done a portion, but I didn't know it was all of them. Thank you, Black Dynamite.
Oh, the guy, yeah, absolutely likes doing his own stunts.
Man, that is freaking cool. I didn't know it was all of it. I just know it's like it's probably like 40% because it's a little different outside. Guys like Jet Li's of the world or Jackie Chan's. Most of the time, they want to make sure their star of the movie is not doing most of them because in case of like an injury, it's like, oh crud, if our star gets injured,
This is
the whole
really
movie
his
gets
movie.
injured.
This was a
Oh
pet
God,
project
yeah.
for him.
He's
So
almost
he
in
was
every
all
minute
in.
of this movie. He's almost in every minute. He's probably there's no one scene that goes more than a minute without him. Maybe in like 3 seconds in this movie. This is his like freaking movie, like top to bottom, and that's fine. I wouldn't have it any other way. It's his world, and everyone else kind of lives in it. Now I love that his name is just Black Dynamite through the movie. I love it. He doesn't have like his real name. There's no what's your real name? Like he's just Black Dynamite the entire thing. He has no even when they show like the flashbacks, where they're like, I was a young Black Dynamite. I would say he showed a birth certificate and it could have said on this day born Black Dynamite. Oh man, that would be too funny to have done a birth certificate for Black Dynamite as Black Dynamite.
I know. And one of the most important moments in the film is he talks about kung fu betrayal. Like,
okay,
there's nothing worse than kung fu betrayal.
I don't get it. I gotta admit, I don't get the kung fu betrayal. What's that?
That's when he goes up against the Chinese guy, and the guy comes up behind him, and because he'd already said something to that Chinese guy, you betrayed me. There's nothing worse than a kung fu betrayal. It's
I know what you're getting at. Yeah.
I laughed so hard at that, dude. I laughed so hard at that shit.
No.
But look at that double-breasted suit, dude.
That suit's nice. I gotta say, Michael J. White, he's got class with the suits he rocks in this.
And he's buff as shit, dude.
Oh, I know he's fucking dude is mad shredded, but no, he really rocks, and he rocks a stash too. You could have swore he was a man from 1976, 1977. Like I was like, holy crud, he really like you could have fooled me with the look of him. I love
Apollo
it. He
Creed.
really sold you.
You could have played Apollo Creed, right?
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
No, totally.
He would have been perfect for Apollo Creed Jr.
Oh, yeah, maybe even too good. They're like, hold on, are you the actual Apollo? Because man, you are a monster of a dude. Like, because Adonis Creed, I don't know what his background is like, but this guy, you could have sworn like this guy is a legitimate fighter.
Oh, he's very good at fighting.
Oh, is he?
And he went up against a guy that was an MMA guy, and he showed him something, a technique, and the guy was floored after he showed it to him. It's like everybody expects it fast, so he like threw punches it at half speed, and the guy blocked it. Throws a punch, blocks it. He goes, "Ready? Get ready to block this," and then he goes slow.
Who the hell is interrupting my kung fu?
Yeah, this is great. Do you think this is like he's being attacked?
It's his mom.
Yeah, you think he's being attacked, and these guys are his team that he beats the shit out of every day.
yeah, mama. And as soon as he takes a focal, scram! I said, split! Shake the sea, turkeys, get out of my house. I'll see you all tomorrow.
Who's interrupting my kung fu?
He goes from mad tonality to nice. I'll see you all tomorrow. I was like, what? You were just mad at all that. Now you sound all nice about it in the very next second. And then all of a sudden, he jumps the block after the phone call.
By the way, good comment was in there that he should have been bigger in Hollywood. And I'm like, you know what killed his career? I have no proof of this. But if you look back and see when he did Spawn, fan reaction was so bad it hurt his career. And I really do believe that.
Spawn
there's never been.
I'm sorry, but did bad. I don't know why I said well. Did bad in '97.
It did well, but it got really heavily criticized by the comic community.
What about the?
And there hasn't been another Spawn movie since. I was thinking about that too, right? What is it? 20 years since Spawn came out?
It came out '97. Was it 97 came out?
Right
I think it
about
was
there, 97, 99,
Yeah.
right in that window. And it makes me feel bad because he really should have been bigger. I mean, he's big physically.
Yeah.
I have no idea about his dick size, but
Yeah, sure you do, Gerry.
Yeah.
I've never been on any websites that have nude pictures of him.
I will say this: you can definitely.
You have the biggest dick I've ever seen on a man.
He never went to a Diddy party, so.
Well,
Career.
Diddy will have been the pie for him, so it's a good thing. That
People who
didn't
go to
happen.
Diddy parties, careers did really well for a while.
True.
Now they're paying the price.
Yep.
Whoever did this is gonna pay. Well, helping like when you promise your mama. Also, he does the juggler around for the phone.
He
And
can't hang it up. He's having trouble. But then he has this great. He breaks the bricks,
Breaks
and then
the
it has a
bricks, yeah.
flashback of his mama.
Oh, I
There she
remember the HBO show was good. I remember liking the HBO show. I like that show, but I don't think I ever saw the movie. I don't think I ever did. So it wasn't something, but it's been more than enough time. You would think time would have healed the wounds of that movie. I mean, think about it. Batman and Robin or Batman Begins is 8 years.
Well, it's not like the wound goes on. It's just simply you get relegated, and people just sort of continue the trend of just keeping you in off and doing movies that you produce because he produced this film.
Oh, Soul Sass got a great comment here. Spawn's mess, even Michael said it wasn't what he made. Oh, wow. Okay,
And that's about right. You got to remember, Spawn came out at a time before comic book movies really got their due, and before Marvel created Marvel Studios and started trying to make their own films.
But you know that even back then, and when talking about Spawn, there was a lot of studio interference with that film.
Oh, heck yes.
And like I said, I feel bad, but that's when his career went quiet. After that movie, he should have been like all over the place. Wasn't there?
Well, go ahead, Keith. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, if you had a chance to watch the Bo DeMaio video.
Which one?
That really does lend credence to something that I have felt for years, which is, we know that a lot of the stuff they have going on in Hollywood, a lot of the virtue signaling that they're doing isn't really real. That, in fact, a lot of the people who virtue signal the hardest and the loudest are some of the biggest defenders of what they're defending against. And it is just, it is an unfortunate thing that you have to deal with when you are in that business. I think Michael Jai White has dealt with it in a way that he's still able to keep his dignity. He at least didn't have to sell his soul to take his career to the next level, and didn't have to go to a Diddy party and bend over just to be able to get a little bit bigger within the industry. I just think that I have a lot of respect for Michael Jai White and his knowledge and his abilities, especially in front of the camera.
Well, you got to look at him and understand that this guy did it his way, like Sinatra song, and I respect the shit out of that. I saw a comment, and it's true. The guy you're talking about that played Merlin is Nicole Williams, one of the greatest British overactors that ever existed. And he's such an overactor, but I fucking love it every single time he does it.
Okay, Ron Henriquez, what's up, buddy? He said, great comment. I went to premiere Spawn here in NYC. Managed to get everyone's autograph on Impulse Exec John Leguizamo.
Yeah,
that's
fuck
cool.
John Leguizamo.
That's cool. But that was cool that he was out there. I mean, yeah, sure. But I was just trying to point out the positive. That's cool that he was there at that premiere, man. That's freaking awesome. Good to see you, buddy. Man. So, for me, the only people I recognize were Michael J. White. I think his name is Arsenio Hall. And then
Arsenio's in this, and a friend of Pete's mine is in here.
The guy who's Seabass, isn't that the Seabass guy later in the movie? Who's part of the whole chain of dudes who deals? I think that's the guy who's Seabass from Dumb and Dumber. Do you know who I'm talking about? Seabass from Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, that's a hockey player, Seabass. That was
I think that's him.
that's a guy from Boston Bruins. Yeah,
I'm not sure, but our friend Keats and my friend Phil Morris plays Sahid in this, and he flips the N word like so many fucking times. That scene, I swear to God, I think they said it like 8 to 12 times in one scene.
You're the interrogation scene.
No, it's later when they're all talking about what this is all about because they were figuring it out on the whiteboard.
Yeah,
and it's true. Black people use whiteboards. I don't know why
deep
people.
into my soul. He said something
Do you have
to me in
whiteboard?
Chinese, like, but I understood it to be a question. He said, "Now, do you guys know what he was actually saying? Do you know what he was actually saying to him about the statement he said? He was speaking to me in Chinese, like, do you know about the actual words? No, it's supposed to be you're full of shit."
Oh shit, Zach's is here.
That's that was actually what he said. Is you're full of shit.
Hey, Zach's.
Hello, Zach.
Oh, what's up, Zach?
Hey, Zach.
Speaking of Zach's, I will be on his show tomorrow night. Wednesday
Oh,
night.
cool.
I will be
You
guest
know
on
that
there.
in Canada, the word Zach's just means jazzy sax, so they call it Zach's. I'm having Zach's right now.
You're having
A lot of
Zach's.
jazz hands. There's a lot of jazz hands.
You're playing the sax.
Sax. Playing sax while having sex.
Yeah. I was gonna say, are you having sex with Zach's?
Jeez.
Oh
wow.
Don't listen to Gerry, he says.
Well, I think that's a problem. I think everyone's guilty of listening to him a bit too much. We heard about your brother's death. The last thing we know, man, told the studio, I'll just leave a puddle. I'll leave.
By the way, you know something that I think would have been funny in this?
What?
Is if when he was a kid, they show him as a kid, had a thin mustache growing.
Oh,
already.
dude, right?
I knew a guy back in elementary school. His name was Clyde Stone, dude. 5th grade, the guy had a full fucking stash. He had so much fucking testosterone in this guy. He was built like a fucking rock, and he just fucking had this mustache. And so he would go buy beer and shit. People wouldn't card him because he looked like he was a trucker. I mean, he just built like a fucking trucker, not fat. This dude was just fucking like a rock, dude. And I knew him most of my life, and it just always like blew my mind. And I've always wondered, like, I wonder what happened to that fucker guy. If he stayed looking that way, or if he just got fat finally one day. Oh, this is a great scene. See, this is as funny as this movie is. It doesn't go silly the way I'm Gonna Eat You Sucker did, because both films are great gags on blaxploitation films. But I consider this one the superior film, though it's not as funny.
Well, so when I initially saw this versus later watches, I saw it very differently with the rewatches, because the very first watch, I see it purely as a comedy film up until the last 20 minutes, which is odd because when you think about it, the social and cultural and political aspects were always there, but it's easy for you to not notice it as much up until the last 20 minutes when it really ramps up, obviously because of where it leads you to, quite literally, at the White House. And now that I rewatched it since, I'm like, oh wow, okay, there was always this stuff there, and it was even hinted at the very beginning when I was talking about that scene where you had the guy doing the ad for the Anaconda drink, because technically you could say that's considered a propaganda commercial to push kids into drinking a drink that was approved by the government.
Get the black community
affected the black community.
Because good God, man, I remember driving through. Oh shit, I forgot that neighborhood in Chicago, Cabrini Green, man, back in the '80s, and all those cool cigarette ads on billboards and shit in that neighborhood. And it's like, God damn, man, why don't you be more obvious what you're fucking doing?
The menthol cigarettes, right? Yep.
Yeah, the menthol cigarettes.
Yeah, they couldn't have been any less subtle by it. It was righteous. It was definitely righteous at the time. That's for sure. But yeah, now that all the rewatches happened since, I see it like as a funny film, but I also see it now as a part, kind
It
of
is a huge, great nod to blaxploitation films. It
Yes.
really is.
Yeah.
That's the difference between this and I'm Going to Get You Sucker, because it's a play up. This is actually shot like a fucking 70s movie. And it's great for that reason. There's a scene in here, by the way, where he does a move and the camera moves up to follow him. It's done on purpose because the camera goes up too far and then has to come back down, but stays too high. And you see his head and what looks like a lamp. It's actually a boom, Mike. In the movie on purpose.
Purpose.
And,
yeah, because
you know it's a boom, Mike, because his afro hits it. You can hear the sound of and by the way, I love the fucking afros. I grew up in the black community in Virginia, and I fucking
that explains a lot about your back door.
Oh, hell yeah. I just loved growing up in the black community because, man, those fucking afros were insane, dude. Like Keith, when you were in Ohio, how old were you in Ohio?
Well,
no, seriously, how old were you when you were there?
I was born and we moved from Ohio to where I'm living now.
Yeah, here in
when
Springfield.
I was, we moved here when I was 11. So it's the first.
Do you remember the
afros
living in? Do you remember the afros?
I remember all the hairstyles, and let me just say, without a fro, you were nothing. So.
Okay.
That and Gerry curls, which is what this guy's got here with the hair
Rod,
curl.
Our buddy Ron just saw Cap 4. Rod, did it look like it was reshot? He said it was not terrible, not good air. So that sounds about right. Let me know if it looked reshot, because I know they did like 3 or 4 reshoots, which reshoots are more common than people ever admit, and they've actually been common. But 4 of them is kind of unprecedented.
He saw it here. How did he
blame people again instead of the government?
Oh,
because he did at the end of his series, just pointing his finger right at the audience. Like, go fuck yourself.
The problem, look, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I love Anthony Mackie, but Anthony Mackie is a actor. He is not a comic book fan. And the thing about Anthony Mackie in this particular situation is he's been sold on the Hollywood studio corporate versions of who these characters are, and not on the comic book version. Because had he been knowledgeable, he would have known that Sam Wilson is a really good character, and that the Falcon
from
is
the comics. Yeah, he's my favorite character.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, that was my favorite character because I read the Captain America Falcon series as a kid. I fucking loved his character, man. He was badass.
Yep. And so, he's just been sold on the fact that, it's all about Captain America. And again,
don't forget the stupid shit he said when he said, Captain America is not about Americans. What the fuck?
Yeah, again, he's an actor.
I don't care if he is not a comic book fan. I don't need him to be. I just need him to understand what makes
respect
the character.
Respect
where he comes from. To me, that stuff, honestly, him requiring to be a fan is irrelevant. Is it cool if you are? Yeah. Because look at Charlie Cox going at, and we'll get back to Black Dynamite.
Yeah, but that's one thing that Marvel's been trying to take the America out of Captain America for a while too. In his defense, a little bit, you read some quotes and promos on Captain America. They don't want to. They said it's too jingoistic and it's too much propaganda for what they did in.
Again, as I said earlier, you watch that Bo DeMaio video that he put out. And you begin to see how bad things are with Marvel Studios and working with them. It's about as bad as anything that we can laugh about in this movie when it comes to a lot of the white characters in this film. And if it's that bad behind the scenes, then really there is no real hope as far as comic book fans go, whether you're talking Marvel or any other studio. Because I'm telling you, they all are like this. This goes,
I believe you.
This isn't
in terms
just
of what?
about,
In terms of political messaging, or just not honoring creators, or I didn't see that.
The studio system, everybody in Hollywood hates fans. They hate the comic book fan. There's a reason
they want
why
their money, but they don't want their voice.
That's right. And when it comes to something like Brian Fuller, who created Star Trek Discovery, the thing that I heard about him is that he's not liked because he is a fan. So even being a gay man, even being a gay man, being a gay creative man, does not help you if they think that you're someone who is actual fan of the material.
Bo's an actual fan of the material.
Remember the writer they kicked, the black famous black author they kicked out of Discovery because he used a couple words and they said he offended some of the pansies in
and
the
he was talking
room.
about something that was said to him. He was telling a story.
And so it really is an open season on fans. Especially those that are actually somehow made it into the business and are actually attempting to do things. All of that stuff about being one of us is just to get you to show up and to pay attention to what they're making. But when it comes to the actual material, they want to have a difference between what is done in the comics or source material versus what they put out there. And they're doing it on purpose. And if
they started that shit with the X-Men, dude. You know, Laura Schuller Donner is just, God, I didn't want to hate her, but when I found out what she took part in of not wanting the comic books on the set, I'm like, fuck that bitch. And I couldn't believe Richard Donner took part.
I gotta acknowledge the super chat. So
let's get on this guy because he said something about cream corn.
So my friend Dash Attack, how's it going, sir? He has given us a gigantic, bigly $20. Says, I never even saw the movies this was parodying, and I absolutely love this movie. Why Black Dynamite? Why? And who can forget cream corn? Mike's back in the orphanage.
He fucking left him, dude.
Dude,
left him in that helicopter. Just jumps out, dude.
The flashback they go to with the orphanage is absolutely freaking hilarious. You know what? You get a clip for that, Dash Attack.
What you calling me, Thigh?
I called you a fucking guinea homo from the 15th fucking century, you dickhead.
I can stick you in my ass, small fry.
Yeah? You sure it ain't too sore from last night?
I like to put that guy in my ass. That'd be nice. His little fits
Dash,
sticking out, kicking.
Sir. That is really generous of you and a really big difference towards funding my trip to Vegas. By the way, Zach, you asked last week if I'm able to go to Vegas. This is literally my way of being able to go if I'm able to go. So Dash Attack lent a big step to get me to Vegas. So the goal is to hit $400 in YouTube money this month, and I'm around 120, around 130 right now. So
now, just to let you guys know,
I appreciate
he will do mustache rides for $50.
Mustache rides.
Wow.
Dude,
This is a great scene because he held back in this scene with his skills on the nunchucks because he's really fucking good with chucks.
Mm-hmm. By the way, chat, we are transitioning in 15 minutes. We will be exclusively going Rumble in 15 minutes. So
for the German crowd, in 15 Minuten, we will be transitioning to Rumble.
I'm putting the Rumble link in the chat, and this is where we will fully transition in 15 minutes, and we will play full-on clips with all vulgarities and such included, whichever.
You got to figure a way, Mark, to get the chat from Rumble on screen.
Oh, that'll be
One day we'll figure
All you
that
got to
out.
do is
Yeah.
if you're using what system are you using to do the show?
Well, we're just in the we're in
OBS?
StreamYard. Oh, no. No, it's not OBS. It's my slideshow. It's
Yeah,
just sharing my screen. Sharing my screen. That's all. Yep.
because if you go through OBS or a program like that,
Oh yeah, I could put the chat on the screen.
you can actually
Right,
put the chat in the show, and I like it when that you get that because they don't allow. Even StreamYard doesn't have Rumble chat. It's got Twitter and YouTube, and sometimes Facebook.
I thought they have the Rumble chat now as a part of StreamYard now.
Well, you're late,
I thought
Ron
that they did.
Henriquez, because we actually talked about that earlier.
I've been to Vegas before. It's been 4 years since I've been there, and I know my buddy Eric.
Well, that's
because
because he got in trouble there. He got a little overly happy, got handsy with a couple of the ladies, and was told not to come back. And so he changed his hairstyle and mustache, so now he thinks they won't recognize him. Here's what, just so you guys know, if you didn't know this about Nick, he used to be one of those guys that walked around in Speedo shorts and fucking tight T-shirts. And, the shorts are so tight you could see the outline of his pecker, which I kind of liked. But he was like short-haired, walked around with a fucking helmet on at the time, and I thought he was retarded or something. Because like, why are you wearing a helmet all the time? He goes, I like bicycling. But you're never on a bicycle. You just walk around everywhere with a helmet on. I'm sorry. I made all that shit up about Nick. It's not true.
No, it was fucking... Dude, come on. Own that shit. It was hilarious. Don't you freaking back away from this shit. Don't be a bitch like that. Own it, man. It was great. It was freaking hilarious. I love that. You're allowed to take shots at me on my own show.
Hey, remember that time when we were in the joint and we got our nipples pierced? Wasn't that awesome? I got that. What's it called? Where they put it through your taint.
Oh, jeez.
Bismarck. I got a Bismarck.
Steve-O had it put through both his ass cheeks. I think Steve-O did that. I can't remember. I think it was. Oh, I love where he freaking goes right through and it falls down and car straight up explodes.
I love this. Yeah, the car just explodes for no reason.
Doesn't he just laugh his ass off too as he's in a helicopter? He just laughs. I'm like, holy crap! He has such a villainous laugh about it for a guy who's supposed to be the good guy. This is America.
When is he going to do a sequel to this movie, man? I want a sequel to this fucking movie. I want to see multiple. He has so many great actors.
Who is
like
this guy?
Dude.
This guy looks like Seabass from Dumb and Dumber.
It is him.
Is it him? It looks
no.
Yeah.
That's on the screen now.
He's the mobster sent there to kill him.
No, that's the guy from.
He's in Dumb and Dumber. He's also in Ed Wood. He's the movie producer that Ed Wood makes the movie for. Oh, did we lose
the black guy out of the
hey,
screen?
Keith
Jeez,
can
we're
pull,
both
hey,
narcissists.
Keith's got good pull back end game. He'll come back.
Yeah, the hitman from Dumb and Dumber. I thought you were thinking of someone else, but yeah, the guy's
and he says, "You want to hear the noise in the
yeah."
What's his name? What actor is that? Someone help me because I'm like,
oh my god,
I can tell you who it is. His name is Mike Starr.
Mike Starr. Oh,
Mike Starr, and he plays Raffelli in this movie.
Okay.
Another one is what's his name? Comedic actor Mike Kelty Williamson is in this. A lot of big names. And again, I want to point out, Keith and I are friends with Phil Morris because, like, I've told you about that when I met him at a convention, right? And I fucked with him. I told some old lady said I'll give him. I fucked with him. He was like 50 feet
I thought you
from me.
fucked him. Like,
no, we were 50 feet from each other at this convention in Kansas City. And I paid these ladies off with artwork. I said, I will give you a signed copy of everything I've got on my table. If you'll go down there and tell Mr. Morris what a big fan you are, and then just start naming movies that he wasn't in. Just start naming random movies. And you should have seen the look on his face. He was just like, what the fuck is going on? I'm not in that movie.
Say, Mama, you have to work on your delivery. The shame is half these people don't know what y'all talking about. How long is his whole smile and a wink comment? He does the wink. Well, where's your smile? I am smiling.
I am smiling.
I am smiling. What a freaking
classic.
Oh, the black guy's back.
Yeah, he slid
the
back
audience,
in here.
the audience got upset when you left. They were saying, "You kicked out the black guy. What the fuck, man?"
I am always around, just like my people.
I am Smile. What a freaking
Yeah,
grill.
Phil Morris is Gregory Morris's son, and he actually played his son in the reprisal of the series back in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
And it was great having him on the show.
Nice, dude. Nice.
And he's so nice. We've had him on our show twice. And
go ahead.
The last time was during COVID. And my God, man, he was in Hawaii and Keith's like, I'm getting ready to go there. And I'm like, you two should hook up for lunch or something. Never happened. Black guys in Hawaii don't want to hang out with each other.
It's not that. It's just, it's kind of difficult for us to meet up, given all of the security and other people looking after us, our well-being, a.k.a. shadowing us to make sure we didn't steal anything on the island. But, we definitely met up at the weekly meeting, so that's fine.
Wow.
Make sure you didn't steal anything. I hope you stole something just to fuck with them.
Probably
like your towels and soap and shit. I remember I went by one of the housekeepers thing. This is just like 4 years ago. We were living in that hotel after the fire. You guys remember the fire that burned down my studio and everything. And so we're living in a hospital. I mean, in the hotel, and I walked down the thing, and there's like all these Andes mints on the top of this fucking cart. And I walked by, and I just opened my pocket and just piled those Andes off of her fucking thing. And she walked down and saw me doing it. I went.
Are you talking about Quarter Black, Peter Venkman? Are you talking about QBG? I could say relate to Gerry Morris.
ODB song, Baby, I Got Your Money song in my head now.
So, do you guys actually know where the whole inspiration for the malt liquor anaconda thing came from?
I do. Colt 45.
Well, there's that's part of it. But there is literally more than meets the eye to it. There's a whole thing that went around about Church's chicken putting poison in the food.
Oh yeah, putting shit in the food. Yes, that was in the
to kill black.
In fact, when they talked about the chicken and waffles scene, I thought they were going to go that direction, that it was in everything, but they stuck to it being in the liquor.
Well, chicken, no, that's supposed to be a nod for the chili dogs. That's supposed to be their whole chicken and waffles thing. That's what that was all about.
Oh, no, but the hot dog is actually how we poor people ate hot dogs. You split them and you fry them that way. And you put two of the hot dogs split on toasted, on the outside toasted.
It's a sandwich.
Yeah. And
my grandma used to make them like that sometimes. Yeah.
I don't even know if I knew at that time what a hot dog bun was. I'm like, what is that, Dad? That looks like magic.
Well, plus the freaking buns never match the number of hot dogs in the freaking container anyway.
Yeah, what is up with that, dude?
Just buy a loaf of bread and then you're all set.
Was it Brian Regan, the comedian? One of the comedians, I think it was Brian Regan, made fun of this. Like, let me get this straight. They come in a pack of 10 and hot dogs come in a pack of 8. Hot dog bun come in a pack
buns,
of 8.
Yeah.
Is there they're not talking to each other?
It's a conspiracy.
Yeah, it's a conspiracy.
The same people that got rid of Dolly's braces did the hot dog buns.
2 packages of buns just for 1 package of hot dogs. It's fucking ridiculous.
Gerry knows all about being chased by a large black sick about to go out. 70.
Thank you, Brian.
Oh, 70s. I can't.
Fill her up, please.
In the ass?
He knows I like a good comeback. In other words, I like cum on my back.
Oh, that's so fucking nasty. You sick son of a bitch.
Has Keith seen all the special videos we make just for you, Gerry?
I don't know, Keith, but they made some fucked up videos just for me and my fucked up shit.
I had no idea there's a donut and chili thing. To me, that just was like the most random pairing. I was just like,
yeah, see, that threw me because that wasn't big where I come from in Virginia. Is like the big thing there was I found out about chicken and waffles when I was 16,
Mm-hmm.
but like
I love
they
chicken
liked
waffles.
KFC and Red Lobster was a huge thing with the black community.
Oh, those biscuits are to fucking die for.
And I
Have
hate
you
Red
not-
Lobster, man.
Oh, what?
Is Red Lobster still out of business, or do they?
I don't like
open still?
crab where the shell is soft. I mean, they give you the little fucking nutcracker, and it doesn't work because the shells are soft. They steam them too much.
Mhm.
So yeah, I
I
don't
just
like
eat the
that.
shells. Yeah.
Dude, I love those biscuits though. Oh, seriously, I butter those.
Oh, they
things
do.
with the
Look, they
seasoning.
do. They have good biscuits here.
Oh, they're biscuits, man. I could just live in that shit. Seriously.
I had a good
And of course,
Popeye
it's a
sandwich
photo
this
of him
week,
on the
they're good
phone.
biscuits
Look at
too,
this
yeah.
shit. Look at this. He's on the phone. I just
Oh,
love that
he's
shit.
the one who freaking also he dies and Black Dynamite just laughs his ass
He
off.
uses a
about it.
giant magnet, from a helicopter.
Fixes
It's so
Carl.
fucking brutal.
I left my I was like, holy crap, he killed this
Look
shit
at that
out
fucking
of it.
wallpaper, Keith.
Dude.
Yeah.
That's when you know you're at an old house when you look at the way walls are made. Like I could tell, like, oh, that's an old house, or that's a newer house because of the way walls are done. Like the way walls are done the last 20, 30 years versus before then, there's a significant difference. And outside of just let's just say the diminishing quality, just the design, they're like, holy crow, we really did take a few steps back. Man, there's some wild designs back in the times. Way before my time, too. You guys had it good. I came when all the freaking current walls came out. Bro, what the hell fairness is that shit? Oh, I bought them, Massgrave. I've bought them. And I'm going to do it again. I might even do it again
Actually,
tomorrow.
can't you buy the box of their biscuits? Can't
Oh,
you buy that
God,
in the
Mark.
store?
You make my heart
Oh,
beat.
this. Oh, God, I hope you got her titty here because she's.
No, I hope I did. I hope Mark censored that.
You and Martin, man, forget to get some of the titties, and it's funny.
Well, Mark actually does all the work on it. Credit to Mark.
Yeah, I
He
know.
actually is the hero. He's the hero of this part. It's not even close.
He's the one who taught me, and I taught Martin.
Oh, look at you guys all teaching each other. So you teach each other
Well,
how to
that's what
sword
you
fight?
do. I love this doctor, you know.
3
He's like,
inches to the
3
left.
inches to
and
the
we'll
left, and
see.
you wouldn't even be having this conversation with me.
Well,
3
if
inches
you're
to the
this
right, I wouldn't
right,
even
well,
be
this
here.
my black
Would have
ass.
missed me. Yeah, I know.
Oh, no. It's a damn
And
great
then he
idea.
says, "I'll see you," like he's gonna come back again. See you next time.
Yeah, it's just a normal thing. I just get shot, for fun. Oh, second time this year. Guy, yeah, we will transition in 2 minutes. Rumble exclusively.
Now, who does she remind you of, Keith, from the 70s? And I can't think of her name right now, but I know who it reminds me of. The way she wears her hair, way her makeup, and her outfit.
Who, the main lady?
She was the crazy
Her?
hooker in Fort Apache, the Bronx. Great black actress.
The
Let me look it up real quick.
I think Keith fell
Keith?
asleep.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is. I was like, I swear I thought he fell asleep.
He does. It's okay because he works late. He has to work all
And
night.
I get it. Hey, I used to work third shift, man.
Pam Grier is who
4
she looks
years.
like.
Pam.
She reminds me of Pam Grier.
Okay.
Keith, don't you think so? Especially in Fort Apache.
She was part of the cast of Eureka.
I loved Eureka. She was the boss.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they'd bring that show back. I fucking miss that show.
Yeah, me too.
Thanks, NBC Universal, for fucking that show up.
Hold on, guys. What does Anaconda give you? The ooh. What does it give you though, Gary?
Oh, look at that Peter Venkman girl. Venkman's girl. She knew who it was. Pam Grier.
But does Anaconda make you go ooh? Does it?
I'll tell you, Mad Dog 2020 does.
Mad Dog 2020.
That shit makes you eat shit and bark at the moon, man.
Oh, what the fuck?
Again, they should have put a mustache on him. I think that would have been funny as hell.
I gotta give credit. Whoever casted the kid Usually, you could tell there's a bit of a. They always do whatever it takes when they do a flashback scene and there's an actor who's the kid version. They usually do a pretty good job. But you can tell there's a bit of a difference. That kid literally looks like if Michael J. White were a kid. Seriously,
Yeah.
I thought that was probably one of the best castings I've ever seen for a kid
Kids
version.
are gambling and the guy's doing drugs right in front.
Yeah, I like how this is the most emotional he gets the entire movie. You'll get sued, and he's like shaking the one kid right here. I was like, holy
You did him, brother.
There's a room full of drug addicts and they're
Oh yeah, the Little Richard joke is so fucking funny because it means little dick, and then they cut to the guy's dick, and my God, how many times they zoom in on that fucking little tiny penis, that micro penis, fucking slays me. It just even Anima laughed at that. She thought it was funny that they kept zooming in on his.
Oh shit! Maybe I didn't clip that one out.
Oh God! Don't you dare!
We can't really know what it is anyway. It looks like a freaking
all right
lima bean.
Chat, we're transitioning to Rumble in less than 1 minute. I'm putting the Rumble link in the chat right now so we can all transition there exclusively.
57, 56, 55.
He's got count
54.
Billion donuts. There it is.
53.
Every good billion donuts. Yep.
Oh man, now I want donuts. There's some good donut places.
I'm telling you, fresh. When you go when the light's on, Nick, to Krispy Kremes, the red light is on, and you get those fresh right out of the fryer.
Why do you want donuts that have man goo on them? No, serious. Why do you want donuts that have man goo on them?
Why would you ask me that? You know the answer.
That's true. You
it's yummy.
You get to go to a donut factory where a guy shoots his load on the donut, and then it's called a Krispy Kreme. That makes sense.
A year I was in fake college, dude, and one of the sororities came in to sell donuts for a drive of some kind. And I remember we're sitting in the main study hall, and these girls come walking with these boxes of donuts, and they give you like 10 cents each, and I said, the first question, ma'am, is did you glaze these yourself?
Wow.
All the guys in the room just fucking lost it because they knew what I meant.
I like how when he goes to shoot, he goes like, how'd you know? Because donuts don't wear alligator shoes.
Yeah. The shoes gave him away, man. And then he rolls them out and uses them as a body shield. It's so fucking retarded.
All right, chat. This is it. We're officially going to be Rumble exclusive in 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10.
11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Launch. We are launching.
Minus
Thank you guys
0
for
seconds.
Watching, and we are gone from YouTube now.